was here because I would rub that in his face, but it's a little bit past his bedtime. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We have got a special freaking show planned for you. It's a little late. It's a little past my bedtime. I'm just kidding. It's actually not. It's snowing, so I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that the power holds out. You never know. Yes, I think we should be fine. But in any case, I think you guys recognize everybody that's here with me tonight. But just in case you don't, why don't you, you guys down here, go ahead and introduce yourselves for me, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely not. I love to talk. Well, my name's Shani, and my channel name is Shani's Unexplainable Adventures. Because as you all know, every day in my life is one big unexplainable adventure.
Sure is. Yes. And everybody's links are in the description, guys. Okay, go ahead. Who's next?
This is PLE. Hi, I come for the problem of alcohol. No. Okay. But no, yeah. So I'm PLE Elvis. Mine is Past Life Explorer. Almost forgot mine channel name for some weird reason.
It's been a long day already.
Yes, it has. In and out of places. And I like to explore things, abandoned, spiritually, paranormal as well. I'm starting to get into that more in Randonautica soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And who do I have over here?
Tipa TV.
Oh my gosh.
We were sleeping. We were just in hibernation. That's all, winter.
I did. I drugged them out kicking and screaming. I'm like, listen, I've got this live planned, and I've been promising this handsome dude down here for probably close to 2 years now that I was going to get him on the show.
I would say about a year and a half.
A year and a half, yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I know. How he didn't give up on me, I'm really not sure. I'm not sure how he didn't just get up and walk out. But
well, we're honored to be a part of this one today too.
Yeah. Well, yes. Thank you all for being here.
Experience the moment.
Yes, and it's a good one. She's new. She's new to me, but I love her. I've loved her since the day that I met her through her videos. Excuse my hands. I've been working on the house. I've got stuff all over me. But yes, everything is just amazing. I'm so happy that you guys are here. And I cannot wait to dive into today's very juicy topic of Randonautica. So
yes.
Nobody on this panel here is a stranger to the app Randonautica. My people in general just know that I'm coming off a 7-day stint of rapid fire mayhem. These guys down here, now, while they do film together, it's very important to remember that they capture completely different things. So go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe to everybody that's here. But if you watch a video from Shani, you need to go watch it on PLE and vice versa, because they are completely different. We sort of experienced the same thing in the maggot freezer house as well as the silos. Even though we were together the whole time and saw the same things, the videos are just different. So
they really are.
You'll have to watch them both. But that being said, I want to talk to you guys real quick about a little instance on one of the last ones I saw where there was a gentleman with a flashlight that freaked me the hell out, and I wasn't even there. So can you kind of walk us through what you guys were feeling at that moment besides pooping your pants?
Yeah, absolutely. I literally had to change my poopy pants 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this was the first Randonautica that I'd done in quite a while. So it was a couple of weeks back. And the day was going smoothly. We had our friend Matt with us as well. We wasn't really finding anything. We'd kind of took a really long walk around this huge pond in like a foresty type thing. And we were kind of thinking, this is going to be it, but it's been a great adventure. And we was like, right, we'll do one more and then we'll call it a night. And it took us to just outside this prison. Now, where we drove in, we were absolutely fine to be there. It was kind of like a public road, but the road went past like their recreational grounds, like a basketball court, and our pin was right there. Now, Matt was like, no, not having any of this. I'm going to stay in the car. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm scared. So me and PLE, probably stupid or I don't know why, we got out.
Curiosity killed the cat, you know?
We were even joking about, just as we were pulling up, someone had said, "Oh my God, what if a convict escapes?" And
Right,
we're right
right.
there. I was like, "Why are you saying these things and manifesting it into the air?"
Right.
We get out, and right where our point was, we didn't see anything, but over off to the side, I think PLE noticed it first, like a big black shadow just in the trees. So it weren't in the prison or anything. It was on the lining where our point was. He's gone, what's that over there? Like, so I've turned around and seen the same shadow. Well, it was a guy, or I mean, I don't know whether he was homeless, drunk, someone just trying to be funny, but there was a guy stood there, must have been about 25, 30 foot away from us. And that was it. I lost it. I went, run. Now, at this point, we hadn't hit record because we just got out the car. We were like coming up to our point.
Right.
So I've screamed, run. His long legs, he's gone. He's like a million miles in front of me.
I thought she'd be right behind me.
You know, the one at the back is always the one to go missing. Like, well,
Always.
I'm pooping it at this point.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's in the tree lines. I'm trying to follow his snowy footprints on the floor, like falling into his trench of a foothole that he makes on the way. And there's this. This guy is following us. We've ran into this forest, right? That's just at the back of the prison there. We've dipped, we've gone in like down this little like snowbank, and we just hid behind the biggest tree we could find. So we were sat talking, we waited for about 20 minutes. And then, as I didn't notice until editing, that when we were talking in the dark, you could see him, well, his spotlight, his torch in the background like this, searching for us.
No.
Yeah, he was searching, and I could hear things cracking and breaking. Why we always turn the lights out, like, and sit in the pitch black, I don't know. But at the time, it feels safer until you're watching it and you're going, put the lights on. But we hid behind this tree for a further like 20, 30 minutes. We didn't hear anything else. And PLE was just like, right, I think it's time to try and get out now. Like, we've got to go. So we
the whole time I was thinking that.
Yeah, the whole time. So we went a different way to like where we come down, because we thought, right, we think he's over in that direction, so we're going to go this way a little bit more. We could see the prison lights in the background, so we knew what direction to head in, but we was really far away. And as we've come up onto this fresh bit of like bank, there's a single set of footprints just like going across. Now, we're in an area where it shouldn't really be populated or anything. People shouldn't be going down there, especially in the weather that we was having. And there was just this one set of footprints just walking. I was like, run, run, just keep running.
Yes.
So yeah, we got out there obviously safely, and we didn't really see him after that, but it was the spotlight in the background during editing. I was like, PLE, look.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. That's actually a really good, that's really a great segue into, people ask me all the time if they should play Randonautica, and my answer is always yes. The game was created to bring you beautiful and interesting experiences that you wouldn't have had on your own necessarily. That being said, with anything in life, whether it's ghosts or a barbecue, you need to be careful with your intentions. So if you are not a veteran to what's going on, or if you are easily persuaded into things, or if you are alone, particularly, no offense, gentlemen, but if you're a female, and males, but more importantly, if you're a girl walking around by yourself, not knowing where you're going, it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous for anybody. So it's always important to have a buddy system, let somebody know where you're going, be very careful with your intentions until you sort of get the hang of it. The way that we actually started out was with colors. So we would say we want to find something blue, green, yellow. And then as you get more comfortable, then you can up the ante to, death and bodies. But that's a story for a different day. So that was a perfect example of, well, we sort of have a bad feeling, but we're going to get out and do it anyway, which is absolutely fine. They knew what they were doing, but you can see how quickly the tides can turn. So I'm glad that you have some. Where was your friend? Why didn't your friend come looking for you? That's what I want to know. Like, I would not bring him along with me again. Like, he's sitting like this, and he's like, oh man, where are they at?
Like, he's so lovely, bless him, but he's one that doesn't want to get into trouble. Like, he'll come and do little mini paranormal stuff with us because he'll get that brave urge.
Yeah.
And after about 10-15 minutes, he's like, oh, I just want to go home now.
When things get too real, he's like, okay, this is not funny.
And I think for him, pulling into a prison was enough for him.
Yeah, that was it.
He was just like, I don't feel good. No. I don't want to be here. He kept thinking that the police were going to think that he was a getaway driver. And so he stayed in the car. But when we did finally get back, because it had been an hour and a half, somewhere in between then. So when we did get back to the car, he was very much like, guys, what the hell? Like, where have you been? We didn't tell him for a few days what actually happened because we knew he wasn't going to be able to sleep at night. Like,
it's probably better that way.
Right.
It's probably better that way. Oh man. Tipa, you've had some pretty interesting experiences as well. Is there any one in particular that sticks with you guys? Is there one that really stands out as maybe we really shouldn't have done this, or this was a mistake, or it was a mistake but I did it anyway, like, and I would do it again? I've got a few of those, but is there, or maybe one that was your favorite? It was beautiful. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be,
one that the first one that comes to mind for me was the one that it sent us to. We had been going forever and couldn't find anything. Nothing was happening. I mean, a couple of days of going out, right? And we kind of were, kind of like Channy said, you don't even really start recording yet because you're just like, it's probably not going to be anything cool. And we were out in the middle of nowhere, so we weren't expecting anything like you could see.
Right.
But there's this.
Right. I know where this is going. I'm excited. Go ahead.
Okay. There's this random old cemetery out in the middle of nowhere that's just long forgotten about. And as we explore this cemetery, we find a Ouija board in a sagebrush of all places in the cemetery, and then get chased out.
Time out. Back it up.
Yes,
back it up, girlfriend. You go to the cemetery, you find the Ouija board. Why the hell did you stay and mess with it? Why didn't you just eat yourself right out of there? That's what I want to know. I know the answer. I wouldn't have left either, but generally speaking, you'd be like, okay, cemetery, random stray Ouija board. I'm out.
Yeah, it was weird. The whole place. So this is one that it's hard because we've been there a few times since, and there are probably skinwalkers walking around that place. We've had some really weird experiences. We have seen footprints in the snow literally change from a child's footprint to what? Just some sort of animal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It changed.
It changed mid-step. No adult prints next to it. Nothing. I mean, we're talking like children's.
Nope.
Children's shoes.
No, I don't.
Out in the middle of freaking nowhere. So it's got a weird vibe, and it's what's interesting is that it's they have the what do you call them, like the cattle fence around it. But it's not like barred off, like you can go in it. It's just to keep the cattle out because there's grazing cattle. That makes sense. You don't want them trampling over.
Sure.
But there is a really weird energy shift that happens on the inside of the gates versus the outside of the gates. So I don't know if there was I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was some sort of ritual or some sort of, I have no idea what.
Well, there
But
was
it's-
definitely something there though, because that night when she took off running and I had to go catch up with her.
I was the one that
Okay,
left
do you
him
see the
behind.
theme? Do you
I
see
know,
the
I was
theme here?
laughing. I was laughing because I'm like, that was me.
I dropped
Bye.
3 of my mag lights.
Oh man.
And we realized it after we had noped the hell out of there.
Uh-huh.
And we decided to go back the next day to see if we could recover my flashlights. And that's when we saw the footprints that shifted from a child's footstep
Mhm.
to an animal. No adult footsteps around,
Nope.
None.
just the child footprints.
Would that have made it any
Flipping over.
better? No. No.
But the weird thing is we located my flashlights in the bush where we found the Ouija board.
With no footprints.
That's just crazy.
No
That's
footprints.
mad.
In the snow. None.
Now here's the thing. Here's my question when I do, I call it a stupid game sometimes, and I shouldn't do that, but when I play this stupid game is it the chicken or the egg? Which comes first? Like, is this a spot where the general energy has manifested, attracted, and is hanging out, and Randonautica knows that? Or does Randonautica pick out a spot and then like crazy shit happens? Like,
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. There's so many conspiracy theories going
know.
around. There's so many things people are saying it is or it isn't. But it's one of those. What is actually happening? Like, what is this?
I think it's
How
the
does it
government
work?
and Illuminati. I think it's definitely that.
It's definitely Satan.
don't you get me shut down. Don't you get me shut down.
I'm so joking.
You know,
It's not even a thing.
I know.
In a lot of ways, though, Randonautica does compare to a Ouija board because it's all about intention.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, same thing could be asked about a board as you can about an app, you know. That experience that she described to you actually ran us down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's-
We have other episodes that tie into that where we used Randonautica for a location where we should use a board. All hell broke loose when we used the board there, you know, and then Randonautica took
I'm
us to
getting
the
chills
haunted
already.
woods. That's where we found the doll, and the doll is a big reason why we went dark for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
That's why I chose that one, because it was the one that started the chain reaction pretty much to all these other things, and we didn't even ourselves connect some of the dots until way later when we're like, wait a minute, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's madness.
It's almost like it has this aura to it that I don't know how to really express it. It's just like the Ouija board, right? Like you get it out, you're fine. You dust it off, it's fine. You put it down, and as soon as something comes on and it's doing this number, you're in a different mode. You know, it's Randonautica did the same thing with me. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. And even though if it's gonna be scary, it's gonna be cool. And like since we were in it, it's like I'm a little jumpy. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't take long for that to happen. I mean, I took my mother-in-law along. God, Jesus. And she's probably watching this or going to be watching this. So I'm just kidding, Jennifer, but no, I'm not kidding. But the entire time, honestly, when we were asking for just simple things like her repeated money, jewelry. By the way, official Alicia HTD is in the house. Thank you for being here, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia.
Hey,
Alicia.
Go give Mr. Dean a big kiss from me and then slap him in the face and tell him to text me. Okay. But even when we were, or, you know, whatever, never mind. But when we were asking for money, jewelry, my head was constantly on a swivel because I know, and you guys as well know, that something so simple can turn into something so not. And I mean, yes, that can happen in real life. That can happen in anything that you're doing. It's really hard. it's really hard, to get people to watch your YouTube channel when you're doing happy things all the time. It's also really hard to explain to people who don't understand what Randonautica is. It's hard to explain how quick it can change. And it's hard to explain to them that, well, yes, I asked for something a little out of the ordinary, but I didn't want this, or I wasn't expecting that, or I don't know how that got here. Or, perfect example. I haven't ever seen one of these since probably middle school. Now, you tell me.
Just like that.
You have one like this?
Oh.
Just like that. I have one just like that.
Oh, you do?
Do.
I mean, I just dumped a bunch of crap out of it.
Like 2013.
How?
Yes.
I mean, this is the only Apple product I've ever held in my hand, so you're welcome. But I'm just like, I didn't know what it was until I had to read the back. Like, I had no idea. But when we asked for something Valentine's related and this pops up, it's like, well, I can't tell you how. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's so hard to explain that to people. And I mean, what? Well, we'll start with you guys down there. What is your answer to people that maybe give you a little bit of grief about? And it doesn't have to be Randonautica related. It can be paranormal or otherwise. I mean, how do you explain the unexplainable? Perfect channel name, by the way. To people that give you a hard time about it. I mean, what's your go-to?
Do you know? I'm not. I haven't. Where I'm still very new to the scene. I think I've literally only been around just under 2 years. So I really haven't had any negativity. If in the past when it's happened, this is so stupid, but I'm literally one of those that's like, okay, yeah, thanks, take your opinion somewhere else, because I don't let things like get to me. I mean, my brother Levi, I've got 4 brothers. One of them, Levi, he is like, don't believe in it. It's not real. Like, I'll make a video or something because something's generally happened. Like the house I grew up in, we sat and watched wooden toys be pushed around the floor, and that's a whole new like live stream altogether.
Well, get on it, sister. I want to hear about it.
But Levi will sit there and go, yeah, someone's pulling that on a bit of string, but it'll just be me and him sat there. And so to him, it's like I have to take him with a pinch of salt. Like, I have to say to him, yeah, maybe it was the wind, or maybe it did get caught on a piece of string, but it's just me and you, and that's over there happening right now. Just look at what's going on. I mean, it's a difficult one. Like I say, I haven't really had any negative comments. My time will come though. I've got a feeling they're coming soon.
I've had a few. I've been around the same about 2 years now, and every so often, it doesn't happen too often. Even if it does, or even if it did, I wouldn't really care. I'm the same way as she is. Like, I see it. Depends on what it is. I might need to chill out for like 5 minutes and then reply to it if I do want to reply. But a lot of times you just cannot explain, even though it's truth, or even though they were there beside of you at the time. Maybe not, but it's just it's YouTube. They're gonna. Some people are just gonna come at you and say what you're doing is fake. You're just trying to get views, this and that, blah blah. It's just.
I guess people would never really know unless they're there, or unless they experience something themselves.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't born believing in the paranormal or anything like that. I had to grow to understand like what else there was out there. So, I wasn't always a believer. Obviously, when I was little, I definitely didn't believe in ghosts and stuff. Only princesses, okay? But it's one of those. It's like, until the day you actually see or hear something, then believe what you want to believe. But just sit back and enjoy the ride whilst we bring this to you.
Right. Yeah, it's all about opinions as well. Like, one person's beliefs not the same thing as another's.
Absolutely, and everyone's free to their own opinion.
Yeah. So if you believe in the ghost that was there in front of us, or this or that, whatever else, or if you don't, like, hey, we're here to entertain you as well. So take it with a grain of salt or don't.
Who can't be entertained by that face?
No, this one right here.
Agreed.
Work it.
Agreed. Somebody here's wearing a mask, and it's me. So that's awesome. Tipa TV, do you have any words of wisdom for people that give you crap for stuff that they should just be grateful for?
You first. Go ahead.
Honestly, we're going to be opening up the floodgates to that here soon, because we come from a background of 15 years plus experience in the paranormal field. So long before we started doing YouTube, we were out doing investigations and everything. And it doesn't matter how much experience you have. It doesn't matter how many locations you've been to. There's always something that can flip your world upside down. And you hear a lot of repetitive rambling about, well, you just got to do this, or you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. But people really have no clue, because when you break it down, belief is belief, skeptic is a skeptic. I'm not here to prove to a skeptic that what I've seen, what I've experienced, or that what I've done is real to them, because I have no interest in proving to them whether or not it was real. Because if they're meant to find out for themselves, they will have that experience, they will have their eyes opened, and then they will believe. Haters are going to hate. I ignore them. I really don't have time in my life. I don't have time in my soul to deal with negativity. I just don't. And like I said, we've had to go dark these last few months because we've been dealing with stuff. And this stuff is a lot more powerful than anything that we faced. And a lot of the repetitive things that people tell you to do don't apply to this. They don't know. They don't really understand how dark the darkness can really go. I saw a comment that you shared up on the screen just a little bit ago about somebody said people don't want to believe in the paranormal. They don't want to believe in life after death. Good. I mean, because what we perceive to be life after death could be completely wrong. If everybody accepted that there's life after death, what would happen? Would there be more suicides? Would people be looking for a quicker way out to get to the next level? Who knows? But learning and educating yourself is the most fundamental thing you can do. Having the experience, if you think you're ready for it, is a fundamental thing to do. But never, never think that you're prepared for any situation, because you're going to come across that situation that's going to turn your world upside down, and you'll find yourself going dark just like we did. So I just say be careful if you're exploring it, and if you don't believe it, then good, don't.
I like that. Well said.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yep. Like,
Yeah, that's
how do you follow that?
And show.
We're done.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I think at first it kind of it was like he said, we had so much experience with dealing in the paranormal that when we started a YouTube channel, it's a little different, because you're opening up everything to people that are like outsiders, if I may, people who aren't there. They didn't see it, they didn't experience, they didn't smell it, they didn't, they weren't there. And you try and translate it from here to there. Some of it does, but not all of it does. And you are going to get the ones that are just like, yeah, you're full of crap. Peace out. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Still love you, but I mean, you're never gonna make everyone happy,
No.
and that's okay.
And I do want to answer that question that's up on the screen right now, because I've seen a few people asking if we're coming back. We are in the middle of talking about some things, but you're not going to see the same as what you used to. I'm going to be turning the table on a lot of common beliefs of the paranormal field through my theories and through our recent experiences, because there's a lot I have to say. There's a lot of what I'm going to say that most people are not going to support. They're not going to agree with, and they will not follow, and that's fine. But if you want to really start doing your own research, look back to the ancient times. look back to how they viewed spirits and how they used to interact with them. Because one of the things I learned is back then they felt sorry for the spirits. They weren't afraid of them. What they used to do is they'd put up dolls that were nicely dressed and a drink with the dolls, and in their mind that would help the spirit move on. You know, it's not always the dark, creepy, spooky stuff. Sometimes it's a family member visiting. Sometimes it's just a traveler passing through your house. And it's just everybody likes the dark and spooky.
Mm.
Everybody wants it dark and spooky. They go onto our channels because they want to be scared a little bit. They want to be put on the edge of their seats. They want to be a little nervous. Problem is when you start getting physically attacked by this stuff, when your family members are getting physically attacked, that's when it's time to not even worry about making YouTube videos, but time to protect your house and your family. That's what we had to go through, and we're still going through it to a degree. So yeah, we're going to be coming back, but it's probably not going to be like what you were used to from the past. Just to put that out there.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that, and we readily await that second coming for sure. It's good to see your faces. In any case,
It's gonna be back.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Next question. You know I got to ask. Tell me about Ruth.
Oh, there's
I can't wait to hear this.
Ruth. Okay. So I'll try and do like a quick summary for people that don't know Ruth.
Yeah.
So it all started when PLE took me to Gettysburg for the first time. So we went over to see if we could find Jenny Wade's grave. Her statue and stuff. So we managed to find it, and we were like, "Oh, let's see if Jenny's around."
And Jenny Wade, for anyone who doesn't know, she was the only civilian killed in Gettysburg during that 3-day battle.
Yeah,
so,
1863 battle, wasn't it?
Okay.
And so we were like, let's see if we can try and communicate with Jenny. You know, it's probably not going to happen. So we're there, we do the Estes and stuff, the Estes method and all that. And Jenny is saying hello and giving us little questions. And then all of a sudden, Jenny turns into Ruth. Like, Ruth is like, we come to find out that she has such a big personality on her. She is a fun spirit. She seemed like she was so happy and grateful that she had found us because she wanted to know more. She wanted to experience more. She wanted to leave her area kind of to come and experience other things. She told us through the Estes method and like other means of communication with her that, you know, she wanted to know the modern world, but she was only going to come with us for a little while, and then she wanted to go back because apparently her job in the spirit world is to take care and look after all the children spirits that are over there. So that was her little thing about leaving her area, was the children. So she came back with us here. We had a little doll, little pretty doll, and we used her as a vessel for Ruth. And again, so another weekend we went back over there. We went a few times over to where we met Ruth. She didn't come back with us straight away. I think it was over 2 months. And then we took the little doll with us, and we were like, right, okay, Ruth, if you want to experience the modern world and come with us, and you are more than welcome to. We did the Ouija, and spoke with her through that, and it took her a little while to kind of go, right, yes, I'm doing this. Like, she was very much like, no, I'm going to stay here.
We need to gain her trust.
Yeah, we really needed to gain her trust. And this one day she was like, right, yeah, I'm doing this. Let's go. I want to see more. Because from what she had told us, she'd never left Gettysburg. Like, when she was alive, that's where she was based, and that's where she stayed. So yeah, she was very excited. So she attached herself to the little Ruth doll, and she came back. She spent Christmas with us and New Year's. She constantly kept telling us as well, how much she loved the lights. So
Mm.
I'm guessing they didn't have all Christmas decorations and stuff like
Aw.
back then.
Not like that. No.
Not like,
Not like today.
yeah. I mean, our house is literally still decorated like
Yeah.
Christmas. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, she told us how much she loved it, like the Christmas tree, the music. She loved the music, and she's also told us that she knows about all you guys. Like she knows about everyone that was clocking in on the lives, and like she would always say like, I can see you, like I know you, to the audience, like to everyone else. Like she absolutely loved it. And every time before we'd film, we'd always say to her, look, you know, are you okay if we put the camera on and, you know, film this? Like your friends want to come and speak with you. And she absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
she didn't quite understand what a camera was or how this was happening, but yeah, she went for it, and I kind of miss her. So yeah,
That's
she is
awesome.
back in Gettysburg now.
So you brought her back.
Yeah, she went
Okay.
back. But I don't know if the videos. Yeah, no, the video come out last week, I think it was. So we, as we took her back, we were saying goodbye and stuff. We gave her the option. We was like, you're more than welcome to come and stay again, but it's entirely up to you. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And she was like, right, 4 weeks. We were like, excuse me? I want. She was like, she said, get me 4 weeks on the Ouija board. So we were like, right, okay then. And it was our anniversary that we dropped her off.
Aww.
So we were like, great, okay. So a month from now, so the 5th of March, we'll be back.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be seeing Ruth again.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
she made us promise that we are coming back. Like, you guys are coming back for me, right? Like, don't leave me. I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah.
I'm like, Ruth, we're gonna come back for you.
Yeah, and it was a blessing, kind of like having her here with us as well. Because before she turned up, we was having some negative things happening in here. We'd leave for a weekend, and our baseboard heaters would be turned on full.
Yeah.
And we don't use them. We have curtains that go all the way down to the floor. So we're away for a weekend, and something is turning our heaters that we don't use on full blast. So we'll get back and you can just smell stuff burning. And lucky that we don't go away for more than a day or two.
That's not good.
No.
But then when Ruth come here, it all stopped.
Yeah. That's another thing she said before she was to go on her little vacation back in back to her home place. Back home. She said everything was going to be okay. So she was letting us know that whatever it was that was here won't be here while she's
gone.
away.
So I don't know what she's done in her spare time when we were away, but she's kind of helped us out, because the dark shadows and the things that you see out like the side of like your eye and the heating and the other things that was happening before her are not happening anymore.
No.
And we was worried about taking her back. We were like, you're kind of like our little guardian angel right now. Like, we don't want you to go. And it was quite sad as well that day. But yeah, she told us, she was like, it's okay. You will be okay. Like, it's gone. So she's done something on her side, and she's got rid of the negative thing that was constantly here. It's mad.
And the cool part about her, I think the coolest part about her is it's just like one session. She didn't completely come out and say it all. This is taking some time to get to know her, because you ask her a question, she'll ignore it, or she don't want to talk about it. And then the next time you're in a session with her, can I tell you now my full name? Can I tell you where I came from? I was born in Gettysburg, and I'm from Gettysburg. I died here.
Yeah.
And she knows she did die there. We haven't really asked her what. Oh, we asked her when she died, when she was born.
Yeah.
We asked her that.
And we got the years.
We did. But yeah, so, but she won't talk about her husband. The only thing she'll say is bullet. That's it.
No, I don't know. We're still trying to figure out what happened there and how the relationship went, like in their living days, because we're kind of getting mixed stories and stuff. Like, she really doesn't want to talk about her husband at all, and I don't know whether that's because she was so in love and he lost his life in the war. She doesn't want to talk about it. Or it could be a complete opposite. He was a little bit nasty and so forth, but she won't. But one interesting thing with Ruth, the last live stream that we did, we had King Jared and Queen Laura on. And as soon as Ruth saw Jared, she flipped out. So we was doing the Estes method again. So I was blindfolded and everything. And Jared was talking to Ruth, and Ruth was going crazy. She was like, I know him. Like, she was so confused that Jared was called Jared and that he wasn't called something else. But she wouldn't quite tell us what his name was. But she said that they were best friends.
They were friends, really good friends, yeah.
When the war was happening and everything, and Ruth was going crazy. I know you. That's all that was coming through. And she was saying his face. I know his face. And when I was doing this Estes method, it was so different from everyone that I'd done before. The voices were very different, even though it is a word bank. It's stored words. These were sounds I'd never heard before. It was as if a friend was there right next to me, just speaking into my ear. It was so different. The emotions I could feel through that experiment on that day was unbelievable. Like, it makes the hairs on your arms stand up. That's probably one of my best experiments I've done with Ruth and with friends.
Right.
It was crazy. It was just mad to think that Ruth knew Jared in a past life. And
it is. And it's also weird to think that you also know Jared and that you are the catalyst for all this. So you tell me how that happens naturally by accident.
It's like we were supposed to find Ruth so she could speak with Jared again.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
stop it.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's crazy.
So when you guys said you were chatting with her, is that not necessarily that time, but about the Christmas lights and things like that and all the little chats you had together? How would you communicate with her? Was it always with the headphones and the blindfold? Would she come through other ways? Or
we spoke to her every day, even when we wasn't filming or anything. We'd get up in the morning, we'd say hello, good morning to her.
Sure.
PLE was always leaving her a little biscuit as well, like a little biscuit and
Christmas cookie.
Little Christmas cookie. Like,
oh my God, big
like,
tough guy. I love it.
You guys seen it when I brought her in here for the first time. I'm showing her around like a little kid, and she's over here filming it. I'm like,
I have it on video if you want to see.
I do.
But no, I mean,
sweet.
we every day we communicated with her. We stayed connected because we believed if we treated her as if we had a friend over to stay, then maybe we would keep the connection we had with her. But like before filming and stuff like I said earlier, we would always say to her, look, you know, this is the plan for tonight. You know, do you mind if we film and stuff like that? And we've tried so many different ways of hearing her or, you know, understanding her. And for us, the only two things that she could physically do, because I've got a spirit box, I've got like all that stuff. The only thing she managed to be able to work was the Ouija board and the Estes. But I have to say as well, even though, we've got some good, you know, things going on with the way we do it, I always do the Estes because she doesn't want to talk to me. So if you go back over the videos, she had this thing for PLE, right? She only wanted to speak with him. She was always saying it would come through and say, hey, cutie, and all this. He's like, look, I'm not your cute. I'm not your sweetheart. Like, and she would flirt with him all the time. But every time I tried to ask her questions, she'd go deadly silent. The board wouldn't move. Nothing would come through, just gibberish, and never wanted to speak with me. Really? But she found it easy. Like if I cleared my mind and was her communication tool, she could use me to use everything else to speak with him. Me him.
Yeah, we got this little connection thing, her and I. She would be sitting in her normal spot, and I'm sitting here on the couch, or I'm doing something, or just not doing something, and all of a sudden this thought comes into my head. I'm like, that came left field, but where did that come from? And I believe it's actually her talking to me in my head. You know what I'm saying?
And it sounds crazy, but it's
No.
like these are little things that we've never experienced before.
No.
It's not like it's been years and we can communicate and stuff like that. It's just these strange little things we've never done. Like PLE says, he's like, he get this thought in his head. That's never happened to him before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It'll be something to do with Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, right, I need to find this out. He won't say anything to me. Then we'll make contact with Ruth, and out comes the answers he's got, and I've got no clue what's going on. But I'm giving him his answer.
Remember the one day we were busy, and what did she do? I forgot what. Oh, it was that.
Oh my
tell the
goodness.
story.
Okay, so this was the point. Ruth let us know that she wanted to go home. We kept hold of her for way too long. So me and PLE are just sat binge watching CJ Faison, and he did a load of videos when he was in Gettysburg. Well, so we'd been watching him for about 4 hours at this point. It got to a bit where he literally panned across where we met Ruth.
No.
At Jenny Wade's grave, like where we met Ruth, he panned across. As he goes across in slow motion, all of Elvis's Egypt statues up there, heavy statues, all fall over.
Uh-huh.
On top of it, they've been up there, well, God knows how long, and they're on massive platforms. They can't move.
Oh, wow.
As it gets past her place, they all fall down. We were like, okay, Ruth, we get the picture, please.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I got the chills.
It was crazy. Oh, and I had a massive picture on the wall.
Too, yeah.
Massive square frame picture. That happened, and then bang, that fell off the wall and smashed. We was like,
Jeez.
girly, no smashing things, please.
Right.
But she was just like, look, I need to go. Like,
Yeah.
enough's enough.
Now, okay, here's a question, and you don't have to answer it. However, we can see, obviously, PLA, you wear a mask. It's very handsome, by the way. I love it. I love everything about it. Now, when you were talking with Ruth, was she aware that you were wearing a mask? Did she see that as part of your face?
I wonder.
I want to say she never really answered that question, but I
Okay.
want to say that she knows what I look like.
Right.
She has
Okay.
to. Because she said
Yeah,
that
oh, yeah.
she said at one point in time, I'm very handsome, whatever.
Well,
But she
everybody
never
knows
said anything
that.
about the all she did. So during one of our sessions, she's like, the mask. Yeah, what about it?
Oh,
Take it off. No.
No.
Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. That went on for about a minute. And she just kept coming at me like, take off the mask. I'm like, you don't understand. I do this as a persona. I don't understand. But how come? I'm like, well, because it's like a superhero. Think of that.
She didn't understand.
Yeah, she didn't understand why the mask. Because she's like,
Right.
you look pretty. I mean, show the world. Like, no.
But there was a few videos where like we've caught through Spirit Box and stuff saying take mask off or the mask off and all this. But I think with the whole mask thing, I think eventually she kind of understood what was going on.
Right.
Because towards the end, when she was saying take off the mask, like on the Ouija board, she'd be like ha 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 ha. Like, so it was like she knew, but she was still going to ask. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just like everyone. There've been so many times we've had Ruth with us on a live, and people have typed in take off the mask, like they always do, like
Right.
take it off. So I think she's just kind of picked it up, and she's like, well, yeah, I'm going to join in. Take your mask off.
Isn't that amazing? And that's just, there's so many different dimensions and facets to the way that spirits work and sometimes don't work. And it's amazing how she was wowed by Christmas lights and music, but caught on so quickly that she could make jokes about something that was being made with other people that she wasn't necessarily even in front of. Like, it just blows my mind that how that works like that. And it's just, it's really cool. So You guys are planning to go back and get her.
Yes.
Do you have confidence that she's going to want to go?
Yeah, I think so, but I think where the connection is so big and great between the three of us, we always end up keeping our mind in a place where it's like, look, she may not come back, so let's not get upset.
Right.
This is like the one spirit, the one soul that I love to be around.
Right.
I don't think I've ever watched another video and someone met a soul so kind and funny. Like, she's great, but we always do kind of keep our mind at, look, she may not, we may not even, we may go over there and we might not even find her.
Right.
She might not find us.
Right.
But yeah, there's always that tiny bit in our heart where we're like jumping for joy. We're
Right.
like, oh, Ruth.
Yeah, my heart was
she's
breaking
great.
a little bit the last time.
It was
like,
such a sad day.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was not a good day.
No. And have you had any? I know that's where she is, and depending on what you believe, spirits may or may not be able to transcend space and time and come and find you and give you messages, even if they're not here. But have you had anything at all since she's been gone? Has she been busy over there? Are you just sitting around waiting for March? Like,
yeah, that is literally,
Yeah.
we don't even speak anymore.
No,
We're just
no.
concentrating on Ruth. Yeah, no, I'm dead excited for March to come. I never wish my days away. I'd never do that, but
Yeah.
I kind of want them to speed up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it might, the day might come, and like we say, we might not even get to speak with her. Maybe this was just a one-off like situation, you know, she wanted to experience something, she did, and now she's happy. Maybe she's moved on. No one knows, but that is something that would be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully she's still around.
Yeah. I have a feeling she's probably going to be
I do too.
Between her crush on you and and Jared. That's really cool.
Yeah, that was so crazy. That night was unbelievable.
Yes, please keep us updated on that for sure. We'll all be waiting now. In case you guys are just tuning in, we are here with some awesome guests tonight. Everybody's links are down in the description, so please go ahead and check those out. Subscribe to the channels, binge watch their stuff, like everything, leave comments, share it out to people that may or may not like it. It doesn't matter. Get everybody in that you can, because it's not easy doing this. It's not easy putting yourself out there for something that mainstream doesn't find enjoyable sometimes. And when you're so passionate about it and you've got great stories to tell and not enough people listening, it gets hard. So go ahead and check them out for us. That being said, my two lovelies down below, what are your plans going forward? Sans Ruth, we know she's in it, but just filming wise, like, do you guys have stuff on the horizon? You're going to do more Randonautica? What's the plan?
Yeah, so we're definitely building up more Randonautica. It's we're trying. It's probably not going to happen just yet, but very soon we're going to try on both channels to get at least one up a week, because it is very exciting, and it's also leading us excuse me, to new places for us to go and explore as well, which is absolutely great. With filming wise, we've literally got this whole list going right now. So we found some pretty cool places, some that have been burned down, and like,
I love those
just
too.
some mental things
I
coming
love those.
up very.
My God, I saw. Sorry to interrupt. The what was it? PLE, you did a video on it a long time ago. A children's
Gundry.
Yes.
Yeah, children's asylum.
What the hell? What happened?
Well,
it burned. But do you know what happened?
Matt and I were there 3 weeks prior to
Oh,
it
it was
happened.
you.
1
You
p.m.
did it.
night, burnt completely down. The next day, they had a backhoe digging the basement out, and I'm guessing it's flatlined now. It's like probably filled with like seedlings for grass, but I want to believe that someone was paid to go in there, burn it down, because that property was going to be bought for more
Like housing.
townhouses and stuff, because that is all around Gundry. Gundry was on like 6 acres of just land itself.
Right.
And around it was these ghetto-looking, complexes.
Right.
So someone wanted to buy it, but someone else stepped up in Baltimore City and said, nope, that's a historical home. That stays. And they've been battling back and forth, I think, 15, 20 years now about that, since they closed its operations in 2000. But looking back, if you want to look at the video as well, anyone who does, my last time in Gundry, there was a lot of this pile of wood and trash and everything, just in one pile, and that was right at the heart of the whole mansion. It's an asylum too, but it's a mansion to begin with. But yeah, I think that was the evidence right there that this was going to go down soon.
It's kind of
Wow.
like horrifying. I never went. Unfortunately, I wasn't like here when Gundry was still standing. But I did see every single video like previously, and that place was so beautiful. And the feeling when I managed to go over there. So I'd literally just landed 3 days before I went to Gundry. We didn't know until the night before we was due to go over there. PLE's friend had sent him the photos of it burning. He got so upset, and even I'd never been there. I got so upset. Like just
I was
watching
crying. I know, it's awful.
It was absolutely awful. So we still went, the following day, and it was such a quiet but eerie type of feeling. It was as if there was souls wandering around, just kind of what just happened. Like,
oh, jeez.
And that's what you felt like when you was there, as if you were someone that used to live there, and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
what happened?
You walk in from the threshold, and it just all hits you. The sadness, the loneliness, the anger, the depression, and not just that, but I mean like anything a kid could feel, like happiness, excitement, it all just came through, and it just went right through you. And
you felt it.
Sometimes it was a fun time. Other times it wasn't. Even the times I didn't film, I just wanted to chill out 2 a.m., 3 a.m., chill out there. Yeah. It was legitimately haunted. Every time I went in there, something crazy was happening. The last time there was blood. Someone had gassed her foot and just smeared it everywhere. It's crazy. And that's why when the place burned down, that's why I got upset, because that one affected me, because for like the last 2 years I hung out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people sometimes don't understand that watch these channels is you're seeing what we put out. Like, you're seeing usually the best of the best, and you're not seeing the many times that we go and just hang out, the many times we go just for conversations, the many times we go. I mean, I had to go to that damn apple farm at least 6 or 7 times before I get that old man even to come out and put whatever. He was very much like, I don't know you. No, just shut you out. And then if you have to keep going and you have to keep going, and that he's there, you can literally see him. You guys like, hello, sir. And he's like, no, you can't see me. And I'm like, yes, I can. And it's just, it's hard to explain, but you definitely have to, put in the work, and for you to just go and just hang out and chill and just be a part of the atmosphere, literally sharing energy, with everything that was there, and then just to have it just gone in an instant. I don't know. I felt for you guys. I saw that and I was like, oh my God, it's rough.
Tragic.
Yeah,
it was.
Like I said, I'd never been there when it was standing, but that day I went to go and film it gone, I felt like it was my home that had been burnt down. But I fell in love with the place through PLE's videos. Like just knowing how much he loved it, and through his videos you could really feel that as well. And this is going back, I was watching these videos before I even knew PLE. Like, I was still stalking him at the time.
Right. Why not, right?
But yeah, going there and, like he says, feeling all the emotions that's just embedded into the ground, into the brick and the wood that is piled up there. You felt it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're confused and they're sad, and they have no idea what happened, but they're still there. That's the thing. They don't just, the lucky ones will be able to just dissipate and poof, but not all of them do. In fact, most of them don't. So it's very traumatic for everybody involved. So I'm real sorry that happened. Did they ever figure out, is it still there? Is it completely raised? Is it gone? Is it?
I don't know. We're going to have to take a trip. We've been saying that we're going to go back and take a trip. But again, like off camera, PLE mostly should go back because he was very much a big part of that. And I guess the souls that were around got to know him as much as he got to know the place. So I think that's definitely one that is on the cards, is to go back and just see what's happened or happening over there.
Because I do know, at least, I haven't talked to anyone around that area, but whenever I would come out or go in, I'm always seen by somebody because it's a big area. And especially the younger folks, they see someone going in and they're terrified. They know that place is legitimately haunted. You hear things before you even enter.
Yeah.
The looks we were getting when we were spotted coming out of the building, they're like as if we were now haunted ourselves.
Right.
The looks that they gave us.
And on the YouTube side of it, I would get comments from people who actually were kids at the time, who actually stayed there, who lived there, who saw the torture, who were tortured and mistreated, not tortured, but mistreated.
Right.
Some were, yeah.
And some tell me it's not a joke. We're glad that the place is burnt down and this and that, and you would never know. I understand that, but history is history. It teaches one of the key things here is history teaches everyone not to repeat, right? So
yes,
that's all I can say about the nasty comments. But
no, it's true. It's absolutely right. And these institutions and these places were what people have to remember. Back then, they were needed. They were, it was a place. Where were they going to go otherwise? Where are they going to put some of these individuals that needed help? Was it always done in the correct manner? No. Were people taken advantage of? Yeah. But you're going to have that anywhere you go. It's hard. That's another video for anher time. But it's definitely a double-edged sword when it comes to touching on things like that location in general and other places that are like it. But man, I'm just, you guys will definitely have to keep us updated on whether or not you go back and what's left. And maybe you'll have to just bring some powerful words and some light and go help whoever's left just cross over, because otherwise who knows what's coming down the line and what's going to be left, if anything at all. So I don't know. I did want to mention that you guys are not the only Gettysburg lovebirds. These two over here also
it's a special place, isn't it?
Have a special connection with Gettysburg. So that's where it all started. I've heard the story 1,000 times. So cute. I'm just kidding. It is. Go back to there's some footage, I believe some pictures and some footage from the engagement video, if I'm not mistaken, from that. So again, it's a wicked haunted place. It's super historical. It's humongous. Some really bad shit happened, but on the flip side, man, there's been some good stuff coming out of that as well. So awesome.
Absolutely.
Sound like they were literally riding.
Wow. I was gonna say I'm wrapping this up and PLE starting the bike to get the hell out of here. I love it.
There's just Fonzie coming through the door.
Oh my gosh. Well, again, everybody that's joining us, please go ahead. There are links in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to everybody here that's on this panel. These two are a group. However, they do have completely different channels, and it is important that you subscribe to both of them and show both of those channels love. You will see frequently both of them in each other's videos, but again, they are completely different videos. And yes, as you can tell, just beautiful storytellers, a great group, great couple. Very happy that you guys are a couple, right?
No,
I didn't think so.
No.
Yeah, we are.
Or
Get
just
your hand off me. No,
friends who just like to
we're
kiss.
just really good friends in like to
Oh my God. Yes, you guys are my favorite. I absolutely I don't know why it's taken so long. It's just been one thing after another, man. But I appreciate you not giving up on me, and I thank you. I thank both of you for being on here tonight, and I thank these two for coming out of hiding and agreeing to co-host with me.
Thank you.
And man, let's not wait so long to do this again.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely.
For sure. Yes. Keep us updated on Ruth and everything else that's going on. And
Absolutely.
these guys, keep an eye on their channel. They're going to be coming out of hiding very shortly. We love each and every one of you that came here tonight. Thank you so much for being in the chat, showing your love. And again, please go shower everybody here with love. Give them your attention. They absolutely deserve it. And
Did you just tell everybody to go shower?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
I
know,
heard shower.
gonna be
I
like,
heard shower.
excuse me, I'm a West,
Everybody just go and shower
Let's go shower.
and then come back.
just because I had my West Virginia shower, okay, doesn't mean